She shared a TikTok drama of me sleeping, captioned, "Imagine waking up next to this every day," so I quietly packed my things and left. Now her followers are dragging her as I'm dating someone who thinks I'm perfect. They say your biggest supporter can become your cruelest critic. But what happens when the person you gave absolutely everything to decides you're just content? I found out the hard way when she filmed me, asleep and vulnerable, and made me the internet's biggest joke. The air in our apartment always hummed with the faint glow of ring lights and the whisper of 1,000 digital dreams. It was a normal Tuesday night, or so I thought, the city lights painting muted patterns on our bedroom wall, when my entire world was quietly, brutally, ripped apart. My name is Ethan, I'm 28, and honestly, I've always been the steady type. You know, reliable job and IT support, gym routine, pretty chill. Drama? Not my thing. Then, about 2 years ago, I met Chloe through some mutual friends. She was 25, just bursting with energy, totally chasing this dream of becoming a full-time influencer. Back then, her TikTok had around 50,000 followers, mostly lifestyle and comedy. I fell hard. Seriously, she seemed so genuine, and I loved supporting her ambitions. From the very beginning, I was all in. I sacrificed a lot to make that relationship work. Flashback to our first few months together. She was really struggling financially, bouncing between part-time gigs, pouring every ounce of energy into building her online presence. I stepped up. I covered rent for our shared apartment when she couldn't. I even bought her a decent camera and a full lighting setup out of my own savings, stuff that cost me a couple grand. And late at night, after my own long shifts, I'd sit there editing her videos, suggesting ideas to make them funnier, more engaging. I even turned down a promotion that would have meant relocating, all because she said she needed stability here to grow her audience. "You're my rock, Ethan," she'd say, cuddling up to me after a long day. And it felt good, you know? Like I was actually building something real, something worthwhile with her. But over time, things shifted. Chloe's account started blowing up. She hit 100K followers about 6 months ago. And with that growth, she became utterly obsessed with authenticity and relatable content. That's when the comparisons started. She'd scroll through her feed, pointing out these impossibly ripped, charismatic guys, other influencers with six-packs and flashy lifestyles. "Look at how he engages his audience," she'd say. But it always felt like a dig. "You're so comfortable, Ethan." It's cute, but sometimes I wonder what it would be like with someone more on my level. I'd brush it off, thinking it was just her venting about work stress. I mean, I wasn't shredded like those guys, but I kept in shape, and our life felt solid. We had our date nights, our inside jokes, the works. Then came the emotional abandonment. She'd stay out super late at networking events with other creators, coming home tipsy, distant. Her posts got flirtier. Dancing videos with vague captions like, "Who wants to join?" I'd see comments from guys hitting on her, and when I'd mention it felt disrespectful, she'd just roll her eyes. "It's just for engagement, babe. Don't be insecure." One night, I caught her messaging this guy, Liam, another influencer in our city with an even bigger following. Nothing explicitly sexual, but the hearts and the late-night chats stung. I confronted her gently, and she just waved it off. "He's just a collab partner. You're overthinking." The real betrayal, though? That hit about a month ago. I woke up one morning to my phone absolutely blowing up. Notifications from friends, coworkers, even some family. "Dude, you okay?" Saw the video. Harsh. Confused, my stomach clenching, I opened TikTok. I barely used it, just had an account to follow her. And there it was. A video she'd posted the night before, already at 500K views and climbing. It was me. Asleep on the couch after a long day at work. I was snoring lightly, hair messed up, mouth half open in that unflattering way everyone looks when they're out cold. The caption? "Imagine waking up next to this every day." And then the hashtags, hashtag relationship goals, hashtag real life, hashtag boyfriend fails. She'd added goofy filters, exaggerated drool effects, clown music in the background. The comments were a nightmare. Girl, run. He's cute in a dad bod way, but upgrade time. Why settle for that when you could have hot influencer tag? My stomach dropped further. This wasn't some private joke. This wasn't relatable content. She'd turned me into content, a punchline for strangers to mock. I felt exposed, violated, like my trust was just fodder for her likes. The views kept ticking up, 1 million by noon. I just sat there staring at my screen, my heart pounding. Why? I'd been nothing but loyal, pouring everything into us. I flashed back to the week before. I'd surprised her with tickets to a concert she wanted, even though I was wiped from overtime. She posted about the amazing night, but she cropped me out. And now this. It was cruel. Undeserved. I paced the apartment, replaying our good times, the road trips, the lazy Sundays, but the humiliation burned. I didn't yell or text her immediately. I needed to process the unfairness, the confusion. How could someone I love do this? She got home around lunch, phone in hand, grinning like she'd won the lottery. Babe, the video's going viral. We're at 1.2 million already. She didn't even notice my face at first. I set my coffee down, keeping my voice steady. Chloe, that's me in the video sleeping. You posted it without asking. And the caption, it's humiliating. She laughed. Actually laughed. Oh, come on, Ethan. It's just a joke. My followers love the realness. Imagine waking up to this every day, it's hilarious. Relatable content is what blows up. You should be happy, it's boosting my engagement big time. That's not funny to me. It's disrespectful. People are dragging me in the comments, calling me a loser. She rolled her eyes, crossing her arms. You're being so sensitive. This is my career. You knew that when we started dating. If you can't handle a little fun, maybe you're not cut out for this world. Liam thought it was genius. He said it would get me collabs. Liam? The guy you've been messaging? She shrugged, a slight smirk playing on her lips. Look, Ethan, you're great and all, but yeah, I've been talking to Liam. He's exciting. He gets the influencer life. You're predictable, safe. I need someone who matches my energy, not drags it down. Her words hit like a gut punch, but I didn't snap. I just nodded, feeling the weight of everything I'd given up. The apartment felt smaller, the air thicker. I sat with it for a moment. The confusion, the deafening silence after her dismissal. Why beg? She'd shown her true colors. Update 1, the breakup. I walked away without a fight. Honestly, thanks to everyone who commented early on my original post, a lot of you said nah and to dump her. Well, that's exactly what happened next. After that conversation, I did. And argue or plead. I just detached. While she was in the shower, humming like nothing was wrong, I started packing. Quietly. Methodically. My clothes, my laptop, the few things that were unequivocally mine. The camera gear? I left it. Her career could keep it. I wrote a short note, I deserve better than being your punchline. Goodbye. No drama, no accusations, just facts. She came out, towel around her head, and saw the bags by the door. Her smirk finally faded a bit. What the hell, Ethan? You're leaving over a video? I zipped the last bag, keeping my tone even. Yes, Chloe. The video, the comparisons, Liam, it's all clear now. You've been emotionally checked out for months, using me as a backup while you chase whatever this is. She scoffed, leaning against the wall. Oh, please. You're twisting this. I didn't cheat. Liam and I are just friends for now. But fine, if you're going to be dramatic, go. You'll never find someone who puts up with your boring routine like I did. I need a man who's ambitious, who gets the grind. You're holding me back from my dreams with your 9-to-5 stability. Liam says I could hit 500k followers if I focus on collabs without distractions like you. Her logic was so twisted, blaming me for her betrayal, justifying it as growth. I could have fired back about all I'd sacrificed, but what was the point? She was smug, dismissive, like I was the problem. Distractions. That's what I am now? I asked calmly. Exactly. You're sweet, but I outgrew you. Go find some vanilla girl who wants Netflix nights. I'll be fine. Better, actually. I picked up my bags. Take care, Chloe. And I walked out. No slamming doors. No last words. I drove to a buddy's place across town, crashed on his couch, and blocked her on everything temporarily, just to breathe. The next days were rough. I sat with the betrayal, replaying her words in my head. The unfairness gnawed at me, how I'd been loyal, committed, only to be discarded like yesterday's content. Work was awkward. A few colleagues had seen the video, gave pitying looks. I hit the gym harder, started journaling to process the confusion. Why me? But slowly, the silence helped. I realized this was my chance to rebuild, away from her manipulation. Little did I know, karma was already brewing. But that's for the next update. Update 2, sitting with the silence and watching karma unfold. It's been a couple of weeks since I last posted, and wow, the support in the comments has been overwhelming. A lot of you predicted she'd come crawling back. But first, let me fill you in on what happened after I left. I didn't dive into revenge or bad-mouthing her. I just focused on me. That emotional middle ground after the betrayal? It's brutal, but necessary. I let myself feel it all. The confusion, the unfairness, the quiet nights staring at the ceiling, wondering how someone could discard loyalty like that. My buddy let me crash on his couch for a bit. Then I found a small studio apartment on the other side of the city. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. No echoes of her laughter or her ring light setups cluttering the space. Work became my anchor. I threw myself into projects, and ironically, without the distraction of editing her videos or waiting up for her late nights, I nailed a big assignment. My boss noticed, gave me a raise and more remote flexibility. It was like the universe was saying, see? You are holding yourself back, too. I started small habits to rebuild. Gym sessions turned into a routine where I'd blast podcasts on self-growth, not her trendy playlists. I picked up hiking on weekends, something I'd always wanted, but she dismissed it as boring nature stuff. I even flashed back to one of our last good days. We planned a hike, but she bailed for a spontaneous collab shoot with Liam. I went alone that time, felt the sting, but now solo trails cleared my head. The silence wasn't empty anymore. It was space to process. Why had I let her comparisons chip away at me? I'd been committed, undeservedly mistreated, made to feel like a backup plan. Sitting with that unfairness didn't break me. It sharpened my resolve. I even saw a therapist a few times, unpacking how her manipulation had eroded my confidence. You're not the punchline, the therapist said. It stuck. Meanwhile, karma started creeping in. Slow at first, then like a tidal wave. I wasn't stalking her. I'd unblocked but muted everything. But mutual friends kept me in the loop, and honestly, the internet did the rest. That viral TikTok? It backfired spectacularly. At first, the comments were mixed, with her diehards laughing along. But then the tide turned. People started calling her out. This is mean girl energy. Why humiliate your BF for clout? Bullying disguised as content. Unfollowed. It snowballed. Hashtags like #toxicinfluencer and #respectyourpartner trended in her replies. Views hit 5 million, but her follower count stalled, then dipped. Sponsors pulled back. One clothing brand she'd just partnered with ghosted her after the backlash. Then Liam entered the picture fully. From what I heard, she moved in with him almost immediately after I left, posting subtle couple-Y content without showing his face. But Liam, turns out he was a walking red flag. Mutuals told me he'd been bouncing between influencers, using them for cross-promos before ditching them. With Chloe, it escalated fast. He got controlling, demanded she feature him more, criticized her ideas. One night, things got ugly. He yelled at her during a live stream glitch, and viewers caught audio snippets. "You're nothing without me," he snapped before she cut the feed. The clips circulated, and boom, more drags. Liam bailed a week later, posting a story about focusing on solo growth while tagging a new girl. Chloe was left scrambling, her account hemorrhaging followers, down to 80K. Bills piled up without my rent contributions or the sponsor cash. She had to sell some gear. Friends said she looked rough, isolated, posting desperate Q&A videos that flopped. I didn't gloat. I just observed from afar, letting the justice feel earned. It was ironic. She'd mocked me as predictable, but her exciting choice unraveled her world. Months passed like this, me thriving in quiet dignity, her spiraling. I even started dating casually. Met Amelia at a work conference. She's in marketing, down to earth, thinks my IT jokes are hilarious. No filters, no comparisons, just real connection. We'd grab coffee, talk for hours. "You're steady in the best way," she said once. It healed parts of me Chloe had broken. But the story doesn't end there. Chloe's attempts to reel me back in, that's when things got desperate. Update 3, the desperate reaches, texts, calls, and toxic entourage. If the betrayal was infuriating, this phase was a masterclass in hypocrisy. About 2 months after I left, the first message pinged through. I'd unblocked her by then, figuring silence was my boundary. It started mild but escalated quick. Her friends and family, total enablers, piling on like I owed her redemption. I stayed composed. No emotional hooks. Here's how it unfolded. First attempt, a text at midnight, "Hey Ethan. Miss you." That video was dumb. I deleted it. "Can we talk?" I read it. Felt nothing but detachment. No reply. A day later, voicemail, "Babe, things with Liam fell APA. RT. He was awful. Not like you. I see now how good we had it. Call me." Still crickets from me. She amped it up. Multiple texts. "Please, I'm sorry. I was chasing the wrong things. You were always there for me." Then the shift to desperation, "Ethan, I need help. Rent's due and sponsors bailed after the backlash. You know how hard this is." I ignored it all, focusing on my life. Amelia and I were official by then. We'd gone on a hike and she snapped a pic of us. No mocking captions, just "best day with the best guy." It felt worlds away from Chloe's world. A week later, she showed up at my new apartment. Must have gotten the address from a mutual. I opened the door, saw her standing there, makeup smudged, looking smaller than I remembered. "Ethan, thank God. Can I come in?" I stayed in the doorway, calm. "What do you want, Chloe?" She fidgeted, eyes darting. I messed up big time. Liam, he was abusive, controlling everything. He took some of my savings for joint content and ghosted. I'm broke. Alone. My followers hate me now. Comments are brutal. But you were safe, reliable. I realize I threw it away. Let's try again. I'll change. No more videos about us. Her voice cracked, but I saw the hypocrisy, framing me as safe like it was a consolation prize after mocking it before. That's on you, I said evenly. You chose Liam. The excitement. Remember calling me a distraction? She stepped closer, desperate. I was wrong. Influencer life is fake. Liam exposed that. Please, Ethan, I need you. The anger bubbled up then, her true colors flashing. How dare you ignore me like this? After everything I did for us, you're acting like a child. I shook my head. You did for us? You humiliated me for likes. Goodbye, Chloe. I closed the door, locked it. She banged once, yelling, "You'll regret this." Then silence. But she wasn't done. Next came the toxic brigade, her mom and sister, who'd always treated me like an accessory. A group text first from her sister, "Ethan, you're being cruel. Chloe's suffering because of that stupid video. Man up and talk to her." Then a call from her mom, "Listen here, young man. Family sticks together. She's learned her lesson. Liam was a mistake. You overreacted to a joke. Come fix this. She's crying every night." I answered that one firmly. Mrs. redacted last name, with all due respect. Chloe chose her path. She dismissed me. Mocked me publicly. I'm not responsible for her consequences. Her sister jumped in on the call. Oh, get over yourself. You're punishing her for growing her brand. Pathetic. She deserves better anyway. Funny, I replied coolly. That's what she said about me. Click. Blocked them all. The attempts peaked there. Desperate pleas turning to rage, exposing her entitlement. The power had flipped. She was unraveling while I built forward. Update 4, final closure at the party with my upgrade. This happened last weekend. Tying it all up. A mutual friend's birthday party. Neutral ground. I figured I'd go since most had sided with me after the full story spread. Amelia came too. We'd been solid for months. Her support making the past feel distant. Chloe showed up, uninvited from what I heard, probably hoping to corner me. She looked rough. Hair unkempt, outfit mismatched, like the influencer polish had finally cracked. Her account was down to 60K, posts sporadic and ignored. Liam's betrayal had even gone public via a diss track from another creator, sealing her isolation. She spotted me across the room, beelined over while Amelia was grabbing drinks. "Ethan, we need to talk privately." I stayed seated, composed. "No, Chloe, say it here or not at all." She glanced around, voice low but urgent. "Please, I see now. You were the best thing I had. Liam destroyed me. I'm in therapy trying to rebuild. Let's start over. I promise. No more online BS. I miss us." Amelia returned then, sliding next to me with a smile. Chloe's eyes widened. The contrast hit her. Me, thriving, with someone new who truly valued me. I turned to Chloe, firm and definitive. "Chloe, that chapter's closed. I've built a life where you're just a memory, a lesson in what I won't tolerate. Amelia here, she thinks I'm perfect as I am. No captions needed. Remember, imagine waking up to this? Well, I wake up happy now, without the drama." She stammered, hypocrisy exposed. "But I outgrew you." "No, that was stupid. You're better off." "Wait, you're with her?" "Yeah," I said, standing. The powers flipped. "You're desperate. I'm indifferent. Don't contact me again. It's over. She teared up, muttered something angry under her breath, and stormed out. Partygoers whispered, her downfall on display. My growth evident. Later, her last text popped up before I blocked it, I'm done. Seriously, Reddit, she's irrelevant. Powerless in my world. If you've ever been made a joke by someone you loved, or found strength after a crushing betrayal, I'd love to hear your story. Do you think I handled this right, or was I too harsh in the end? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life narratives like mine. Thanks for watching.